Hey guys, how's it going? In today's video, I'm going to talk about Tilray, everything about Tilray. I spent probably 3 or 4 hours doing all my research and finding as much information as I can, gathering it up and attempting to make a video out of it. So I hope you guys enjoy. This is also my 3rd or 4th recording because I messed up in a few recordings. So I hope you guys enjoy my hard work I put into this. So let's begin. Tilray, I think, is very overvalued company. For a company that's worth $2.7 billion, it's very expensive if you compare it to a company like, let's say, Aurora. Aurora on the US is only worth $3.33 billion, while Tilray is worth $2.7. In my opinion, Aurora is a much better investment than Tilray, and I will explain it in this video. So this is the article on new cannabis ventures for Tilray. Is Tilray worth $3 billion? That's what it talks about. You guys can read more of the article, but I just want to point out some interesting facts in here. So right now, Tilray makes about $7.8 million US, and they're losing about $5 million in EBITDA, which is a lot lower than Metroleaf and Afria. Not Aurora and Canopy, because they're spending like a ton of money right now. So yeah, take it with what it is, I guess. They are expecting Q2 results to be between $8.8 to $9.2 million, which is a 80% gain from last year, I guess. CanTrust reported sales of around $6 million US dollars, while Tilray is like 7.8, and CanTrust is only worth $563 million. Another sign that Tilray is a little bit expensive, and the fact that Tilray is not listed on any Canadian exchange too. So yeah, take it with what it is, I guess. Next is let's start off some videos. This one is a very interesting video. I'm gonna start it.
Placed in marijuana right now.
One of the things I'm particularly proud of is that 70% of our investors today came from the U.S. About 18% came from Canada, and 12% were international. So when we were out marketing this to institutional investors, we really took a global view. We went to Hong Kong and Sydney, we went to Frankfurt and London, and had a tremendous response from those locations. And to us, that again signifies the global acceptance of the paradigm shift that is happening. Medical cannabis legalization is happening in country after country around the world. And so there was tremendous demand from investors, not only in the U.S., but globally, for a NASDAQ IPO.
And what's the most important thing for this?
70% of investors are US, 18% are Canadian, and 12% is other countries, I guess. And they went to institutional investors, so like really rich people, and the fact that it's like mostly US investors, and US is where the money is. Think about like Apple, which is worth almost $1 trillion, Amazon, which is slightly behind Apple, Microsoft worth like $800 million. There's a lot of money in the US. That's why I can easily see a cannabis company be $100 billion or more. This is just my opinion, especially if it's a global player. So, you know, take it with what it is. Let's move on.
A huge use of the funds for us is increasing our capacity around the world. Obviously, we have cultivation facilities in Canada, but we also have a cultivation facility in Portugal where we will produce products for inside of the EU.
Now you've gotten your cost per gram declining, 404 in 2016, 284 in 2017. Your margins then went to 55% from 21%. So you've got that down. But at what point do you?
I just want to add, margins are very important to a cannabis company. You want to have very high margins if you want to be a winner. because margins is where the profit is. It's after everything is being produced. Something that Aurora, Afria, and Metroleaf has really good margins, but Aurora is kind of more. Aurora has okay margins, but Canopy is like the worst of the three. But then again, Canopy's strategy is to aggressively grow. So, yeah, let's continue.
Sort of reached the limit in terms of bringing that cost down, and what differentiates you from the other growers who are also working to bring their costs down?
So we're continuing to drive our costs down while increasing yield from our existing cultivation facilities. What we see is that our products today are currently available in 10 countries on 5 continents, and we continue to see country after country around the world legalize medical cannabis. Obviously, on October 17th, Canada will be the first G7 nation to legalize cannabis for adult use, and that's another enormous market that will open up.
What does that do in terms of?
So he just totally sidestepped that question. She asked, what makes you different than the other licensed producers? And he just like kind of sidestepped and just talked positive about the company. So they really don't have anything unique about their company besides maybe the fact that they IPO'd only on the NASDAQ. So I don't know. Let's continue.
Of the total addressable market once Canada does that.
So what's interesting about Canada is that you'll see the global adult use market go from 3.5 million people to about 40 million people. But more interestingly, over the coming years, you'll see other countries around the world.
So he says 3.5 million people and going to 40 million people. 3.5 million what, illegal market, or 3.5 million medical? Because medical is like 300,000 I think, and I heard that the legal market is like 6 million or more, 1 out of every 6 people. So right now, at least according to Aurora and a bunch of other interviews that I listened to, and then 40 million people, he says, going from 3.5 million to 40 million people. Canada only has 36.8 million people, and on top of that, not everyone's going to be smoking cannabis or taking cannabis. I say the population at best is probably 70-80%, so that's still like way under 40 million. I don't know where you got his $40 million number from. I just thought a little weird. I added in. Let's continue with the next video.
Decision and have never looked back. Tilray was the first company to export medical cannabis from Canada to other countries, and that first export was to the EU. Tilray was the first company to have licenses in multiple countries. So we do have a facility we're building in Portugal,
right?
And we're actually building 3 facilities right now.
Sure.
One in Portugal, one in a town called Enniskillen in southern Ontario, sort of near Sarnia,
right?
Where we have a 13-acre greenhouse that we're building out for adult use in Canada, and then a facility in London, Ontario, where we'll do processing. And the greenhouse is a new entity that we launched today, High Park Farms.
Right.
The High Park company being our adult use family of brands, our holding company.
So according to this video, they have multiple facilities that is being established right now. They're constructing, so they're not just relying on the one facility they currently have in Namo, BC, which I will show you guys later, which is around 55 or 60,000 square feet according to the video, but I don't have that video loaded up here, so just trust me on this. It's around 60,000 square feet around there, maybe 55, 60, I don't know the exact number. And this is another interesting article I came across. Just this little paragraph. Tilray does not intend to list on any stock exchanges in Canada. So they're going to be strictly US, and they're going to be they're Canadian company, which makes it very interesting in my opinion. It's just something I brought up. that I thought I might bring up that's important. So I went to the investor presentation. I tried to look for maybe like some. Sorry, I messed up a little bit. I was looking for maybe like investor presentation that would like tell me more about the company, but no, I had to kind of sidetrack everything, and I had to like go through like the entire process of looking, which is not very fun. I had to scour the internet for YouTube videos, through the internet, through just everywhere in order to find you guys this information about Tilray. Next one is, I found this interesting article on Tilray. It showed some financials, which was interesting. In 2016, they made $12 million in revenue, but the cost of sale was very high. But they have now reduced it quite a bit. They increased the revenue while the cost they lowered the cost. So their gross margin is a lot better than it was. Like they mentioned in the video, it's 55% versus 20% in 2016. And right now, this is their current quarter. They're making about $707.8 million US dollars, and their gross margin is pretty good. It's about 55-60%. Yeah, I thought I'd show you guys this because I came across it. Right now, the company can harvest around 6,779 kilos of cannabis in 2007, which is up from 4,526 kilos. Obviously, the company cannot sell all their product. They only have like, I'm not sure exactly what their distribution channels like, because I know they don't have any medical patients. I think they're selling to some pharmacies. Right now I don't really know where the money. I think most of the money is coming from international, because they are an EU company. I mean, the GMP EU certified, and they've been EU GMP certified for a while now, and that's where they're probably generating most of their money internationally. They have a supply agreement with British Columbia. Just wanted to bring it up so you guys know. Tilray Canada, but I don't know exactly how much product they currently have. And they also have a supply agreement with Quebec for 5 million grams of 5 kgs per year for 3 years. This will also help with the future revenues and profits, hopefully. This is the Nanaimo facility, which is around 60,000 square feet. These are the pictures, the grow room, the vault, just the science team and stuff like that. The Nanaimo this is the Vancouver area. It's just so you guys can see. So this is just slightly off Vancouver. It's kind of on Vancouver Island. This is their first facility. It's right now it's in production and it's growing and harvesting product. And this is High Park. They made a $10 million investment, announced investment up to $10 million. So I don't think they own High Park. I think they probably have like a product agreement, supply agreement with High Park. 56 square facility, process growing in High Park farms to finished products. The total, yeah. So this is the facility in High Park. I guess that's it. That's all the information I've gathered. I think Tilray is still overvalued. They don't like Aurora has like so much more facilities than Tilray, and they're worth not that much of a difference. There was one point where Tilray was worth as much as Aurora. So sometimes the stock market makes no sense. But then again, Tilray is only in the U.S. So there's a lot of U.S. investors involved in Tilray. That's why Tilray stock is very overvalued if you compare it to Aurora and Canopy and all the big players that is in the market right now. Tilray would probably be considered like third, maybe the fourth biggest company in Canada right now, just above Aphria, which Aphria, in my opinion, is a much better company. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, please give me a thumbs down. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.